All right, guys, I want to welcome you back. Last night, the past week, I've been pricing the components or pricing the materials I'm going to need to wire this shed and finally get some light in here and some receptacles. To make this a little bit easier on myself, to have electric down here would be humongous. To be able to plug in a air compressor or tools or a light or anything like that. So I've pretty well have it worked out. It's going to cost about $1,000 the way I want to do it. So I don't think we'll be doing it just yet, just right away. I'm going to need a spool of 12-2 wire to get all the way to the panel box. Up in the rafters here, I have it figured. I'm going to put a receptacle every so many feet, and the lights that I have decided on that I want to get are the linkable LED shop lights. There's tons of options on Amazon. I think I have the pack. It's like a 16 pack picked out that I'm probably going to go with. You can put 4 of them together. They have 5-foot cords between them. Excuse me. So if you put them every 5 feet with 16 of them, I should have enough for out here, as well as some in the back there where it's so dark. I want to put them on a switch. I'll probably put the switch up at that end where you first come into the building. I could put 2 switches, but not yet. Maybe someday, but we got to run electric all the way through 12-2 wire, I think, for the 1,000-foot spool, which is probably what I'm going to end up getting, just because of how far it is from here to the panel box. I'd say from where I'm standing now at the end of the building here, this is 120 feet, and then you have about 30 feet till you get into the barn. Then from there to the panel box is probably another 60 feet. And I'm going to have 2 runs, one for lights and one for receptacles. I want to put them on their own circuit, so the lights have their own circuit. I think, being that these are going to be the LEDs, the LED equivalent, I forget, it's like a, I think that each light only uses about 40 watts of electricity, and it's like a 75 watt equivalent, something like that. I don't know for sure, but anyway, I think with all of them on, I have it figured it's only going to use about 680 watts. So definitely going to light this building up here and have some receptacles. Definitely need a plug right here by the door if you do any grinding or anything, to be able to do it outside. Couple receptacles I'd like to put along this wall where the tractors are parked. That way I can plug them in when it's cold, to have the block heaters working. Somebody had said if I had block heaters on my tractor, they'd start easier. I think every tractor I own has a block heater, with the exception of the C. My Dodge truck has a block heater. This does. I don't know. I know the 560 does. I know the 986 does. I don't think the 685 does. Just look here. No, the 685 does not have a block heater. No, okay, so they all do except for the 685. Yeah, here's the 986. There's the plug. Here's the 560. There's the plug. Dodge truck, of course, has a plug. And this does too. I don't know which side it's on. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I know it. Yeah, here. So to have a receptacle or 2 along this wall would be great. Battery charger, if you need to charge up your batteries, battery tenders, that kind of stuff. Right now I have all the batteries in my cellar on a tender, but anyway, I figure it's going to cost $1,000. Not going to jump at that just yet. Mainly, I want to wait a couple, let it go a couple months yet to get some time in at my new job. One thing I have to do, and I am going to do it, is I need to wire a receptacle on a 20 amp breaker up in the top of the barn for the hay elevator. So I don't need to run a generator every time I want to unload hay. That's a terribly inefficient way to do things. That one will be simple. That's just Find a 20 amp breaker that's not being used, wire it in, run the wire up into the top of the barn. I'm going to send it through some conduit just because of it being in a wooden barn, and have an outdoor type of receptacle to plug into. So that'll be good. So that's what I have priced. It's going to be about $1,000 till all said and done, just in supplies, which isn't terrible considering the size of the shed. And the LED lights they're like a 25-year lifespan. So once you do it, you're good for a long time. Was thinking maybe, you see I have these 2x4 rails on each side here. I was probably going to put the lights like this. Where those rails are, like I say, they're linkable every 5 feet, and I was thinking maybe switching them half and half, so you can have this side on or this side, and maybe the back on its own. That way you don't need to have them all on at once. But anyway, that's the first thing I figured I'd cover in today's video. All right, so the thing that got me on this electrical wiring kick, the other day I was walking through here in the dark. It was pitch black outside. I have no lights in here. I'm walking up through here, and I ran into my mirror with my shoulder. I went and just walked right into it. It didn't hurt me at all, but what it did do, I don't know if you can see it, it cracked my mirror. Cracked the lens, and now when you look through the mirror, it looks like a fishbowl. This was a couple weeks ago. Walking through there, something stupid that I did. I had so many layers on, it was so cold. I had enough padding, it didn't hurt. The mirrors do fold in. It did fold in, but I hit it that hard when I was walking through there. I ended up breaking the lens, and so you driving it, it's terrible now. It looks like everything is double now. It broke it right in the center, and it's folded in, and it looks like there's two vehicles behind you now. So I went online to see if I could get just the mirror itself on the inside, and wasn't seeing anything that came up. And meanwhile, inside this box, and that's what the theme of this video will be, I did order some regular Dodge towing truck mirrors, like is on the 2003 to more of the current models. They have kits you can adapt the pre-2003 models all the way back. I think you can go all the way back to the 90s with this style of mirror. So I'll put a link in the description if you have a Dodge truck and need some work done to your mirrors. Let's see what these look like though. So after walking into my truck, I thought, you know what, it's soon time to get some lights in here so you can see. But man, they package these nice. I had a box and then another box and now styrofoam packaging, but they are mirrors, so gotta flip it around this way. Don't have my tripod, I never do. Let's just get this top off of here and see what we got. Man, they package these things good. All right, there's an adapter plate that you need to make it fit on the truck. Got it in the bag here. There's some hardware down there. And see how the reviews were fairly good. The only complaint people had with these was they rattle at high speed, but that's a pre-common rail 24 valve Cummins, and anybody that owns one of those trucks or drives one of those trucks, everything on that truck rattles. And if you have a cracked dash like mine, the sound of the cracked dash rattling and just the rough ride in general is probably going to cancel out any noise the mirrors are going to make on the outside of the truck. So let's see what we got here. Set it on the table. All right, and there it is. So these are really bigger. They're bigger than the factory ones, and they do fold up. If you're towing, I probably won't use it much like that. You see a lot of guys driving around not pulling a trailer with them folded up, but they will fold all the way up that way for towing mode. So $79.99. So they seem, I mean, it's plastic, but I'm not going to do the install today. I have stuff to do. I'm running out of time here, but you guys get the point. Let's take this over to the truck. This would be the driver's side mirror, the one I need to replace. So they're gonna stick out a little further. Well, I hope that's gonna fit. Oh, we'll have to figure it out. If it doesn't fit, we'll just have to send them back. But you get the point. You take the old one off and put the new one on. So it's going to stick out a little wider. Have to watch in traffic. It's going to make the truck a little wider if you're going through some of these narrow towns. But just your visibility now is going to be much better. So that's my major purchase, $79.99 on Amazon. Like I say, I'll put a link in if you guys maybe. I'm not going to recommend, maybe I won't put a link in the description yet. Maybe I will. I like to wait till they're on and see how they work. If it's going to be a pain, I don't want to recommend them. So yeah, there's an adapter plate here you have to install. So it shouldn't be anything major, but there it is. So we got that going. All right, so another thing in the Amazon reviews, they said they didn't send instructions, and sure enough, the reviews are correct. They don't send you any instructions, so we will figure this out and get them put on. So anyway, the final part of today's video, if you guys are watching the long-term weather, I'm always talking about weather. This upcoming week is not going to be fun at all. I think the weatherman were saying polar vortex. We all know what that means. So Wednesday for us is a high or a low of -6 or lower. Wind chills down as much as 20 below zero, which is very cold for Pennsylvania. I know some of you guys are from Canada and you've been dealing with that since what, about August? So that's in a high of 12, a high of 10. It's negative degrees quite a few nights. So for Pennsylvania, that is cold. So anybody that's in the Northeast, now would be the perfect time to order some heating oil, order some coal, get the firewood ready. That last cold stretch we had when it was negative, I think we had -1, -2. That was cold enough. My furnace, the oil burner I have, was running every 11 minutes. Every 11 minutes that thing would kick on and run to heat a different zone, just because of the, it was mainly the wind, how windy it was. So -6 is pretty darn cold for Pennsylvania. So just an FYI, just an update. Get some heat ordered before this cold front comes in. So, all right, guys, I'll try to get back with you here in the next couple days. We'll try to do an install on these mirrors and see how that goes. Trying to think what else I have to do some video. I want to change oil in this car. I'm pretty sure I decided I'm going to hang on to it. So we've got that going yet. So that's where we're at, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.